Hello, everybody. This is Stephen Whitfield, Drilling Contractor, here at IADC's Drilling Engineers Committee's Q2 2023 Technology Forum. With me right now is Kevin Scherm, Business Developer, Rig Technologies at NOV. We're going to be speaking a little bit about process automation. Now, if you may recall, we had a video where we took a visit out to NOV's test rig in Navasota to talk about them moving the driller's cabin off of the rig floor and onto the ground. Well, that move is part of a larger effort NOV is sort of doing with process automation. We're going to talk about some of the other elements with that here today. Kevin gave a little presentation about that here at the forum. So, Kevin, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Glad to talk.
So let's talk about process automation. You mentioned a number of tools that NOV is kind of developing in the process automation space to sort of help with safety and efficiency on the rig. So can you just, for our viewers who may not have been able to hear this presentation here, can you tell us a little bit about some of those things?
Sure. Yeah. What we're talking about is our grand vision of how we want to challenge the industry and moving forward. And I highlighted 3 points in the presentation today of things we focus on. We focus on removing danger. We focus on enhancing awareness of the crew. And we focus on improving the performance of the rig overall. And with that, we are putting those together and creating innovations, combining our own innovations with other industry innovations, and hope to challenge the dominant designs that we see in equipment and in rig designs.
So one of the things that you mentioned was robotics and sort of how you're using robotics to remove people from the well center. Can you tell us a little bit about how you guys are sort of enabling that? What's going on there?
Sure. We've been testing our robotics at our test rig for the past 2 years, and that is designed to get people away from the red zone, away from well center. And we use 3 robots, one in the fingerboard, handling the pipe handling from fingerboard to elevators, and we have 2 on the floor, handling doping as well as tailing the pipe. We can also change heads for different operations. We can switch to a mud bucket or other device as needed.
So there's been ongoing work with this, and you guys have been testing, and there's been some results that you've seen in many different areas with these different tools. Can you tell us some of the results that you've seen so far in terms of efficiency and drilling speeds and things like that?
Sure. We start with looking at driving consistency, and once we have that process consistent, we can start looking at optimizing. And we've seen continued steps in improvement as we've gone through that. The rig crew now is quite comfortable with 28 stands an hour, 2,500 feet an hour. And we see room for some more improvement ahead of that, but they can consistently perform at that level today.
And lastly, everybody's going to want to know about this. With these tools that you have, the robotics and everything else, process automation, when are we going to see this out in the field, on the rig? When are companies going to be able to sort of use this in their operations?
So yeah, our first commercial installation is happening offshore, and that just was commissioned this past quarter. And on land, we will have probably 2 land rigs commissioned, installed by the end of this year.
Well, Kevin, thanks a lot for letting us know a little bit about all this work that NOV is doing in process automation, robotics on the rig site. A lot of interesting stuff going on. It'll be interesting to see as this progresses further what more can be done. So thank you.
That's great. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to speak here at the IDC event, and it was great speaking with you today as well. Thanks.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.